Good day, everyone. I am Jade Orfa M. Kabig from BS Ed English 1B. I am the first presenter of Group 4. We are assigned to tackle the topic of cognitive development theory, and I am specifically assigned to discuss the cognitive development theory of John Piaget. Today, I will discuss the cognitive development theory. This theory explains how a child's thinking develops from infancy up to adolescence. Basically, gishow diri kung saan sa bata pag-learn, pag-process sa information, o pag-solve sa problems as they grew older. This will also connect how their thinkings affects the way they learn inside the classroom. This theory helps explain how children and adolescents learn differently. Ang mga younger children, they rely more sa senses o actions nga ilang nakita. While older children, mag-use na yun sila logic, then reasonably na, kamao na mo reason. Mo na nga, importante ang environment o experience. Kay, diri bitaw magsugod or diri mamugna ang thinking sa isa ka bata o ang pagsabot nila sa mga butang nga ilang nakita sa palibot. The learning outcomes. After this topic, we should be able to understand how cognitive development works from babies up to teenagers. We should also learn how their thinking affects learning and behavior. And lastly, we should know how to apply these ideas when dealing with learners at different stages. Can anyone tell me who is John William Fritz Piaget, or also popularly known, widely known as John Piaget, the father of cognitive development? Now, he was a biologist and a psychologist from Switzerland, and for more than 60 years, he studied how children think and learn. His theory bitaw focuses on how knowledge grows as children interact with the world. So basically, siya ang nag-explain while children think differently from adults. Piaget believed that children are active learners, meaning dili lang sila maghulat nga tudluan. They learn by doing and exploring. He also introduced the term genetic epistemology, which means the study of how knowledge develops. And lastly, he said nga, ang mga bata daw, they learn through adaptation, through assimilation, accommodation, and equilibration. Mauni nga ang process nga mag-help nila to adjust to new information. Piaget introduced the important concepts. Number 1 is schema. Now, schema is like a mental folder or pattern sa utok nga tig-store o tig-organize sa information. Example, a child has a schema for dogs, 4 legs, furry, and barks. Para niya, basta upat katiil, mabalahibo, dog na dayo na. Kaya ang schema man good, this will help the child make sense of the world. Every time nga na siya new experience, iyan na i-compare sa iyang existing mental folder. And as the child grows, mas mudagan ug mas mulawom ang iyang schemas. Sa assimilation, it happens kung ang new information kay mo fit ra sa existing nga schema. So walay kinahanglan nga ilisan. Example, a child sees a new type of a dog, like a pug, then says dog, because it still fits the dog schema. Assimilation allows the mind to stay stable. Mura ni gi-add niya ang new information sa existing folder kay dili walay kinahanglan ilisan. Walay giusab pero nadugangan. Ang accommodation happens kung ang new information bitaw dili mo fit sa old schema. So the child must change or revise their thinking. For example, a child sees a cat and calls it a dog kay lagi upat magkatiilpod. Pero later, ma-realize niya o makabantay siya nga lain di ay siya kay it meows, has different ears, different ang behavior. So the child, as he realized, the child will create a new schema for a cat. Munang diri sa accommodation, mas klaro nga ang child kailangan mo adjust Mura bitag gi-edit niya ang old folder or naghimo siya bagong folder kay dili man match ang information. Equilibration. Equilibration is the balancing process between assimilation and accommodation. Mao ni ang proseso nga mutabang sa bata makabalansi ug makasabot sa environment. For example, child says, "The cat is a dog." That is assimilation. But later on, child realizes that it's different, that is disequilibrium. And then the child will now create a new idea for a cat, that is accommodation. And then, child now understands both animals correctly, that is equilibrium. Equilibration happens when the child feels confused, then fixes the confusion by adjusting their thinking. And this process pushes the child to grow and improve their understanding. So, mo niya siya ang hinungdan or ang rason nga nung mas mudako o mas mulawumpa ang thinking sa bata. First, sensory motor stage from 0 to 2 years old. In this stage, infants learn through their senses and physical actions. They understand the world by touching, tasting, seeing, and moving. For example, babies shake toys to hear the sound or put object in their mouth to explore. And the big milestone there was object permanence. Kana bitaw ang idea nga ang butang para nila nag-exist even if wala na nila nakita. Mo na nga kung taguan nimo ilang duwaan or ilang milk bottle, mangita na sila kay para nila naara gihapon to. Second, the pre-operational stage from 2 to 7 years old. This is where children begin to use language, imagination, and symbols during play. However, their thinking is still egocentric. Mingon kitag egocentric, meaning they believe that other people see what they see and feel what they feel. For example, a child covers their own eyes and think you can't see them. They also engage in pretend play, like using a stick as a sword or a box as a car. But at this stage, bitaw, their logic is still limited. Muna nga lisod pa para nila masabtan ang mga reasons behind rules or ang cause of effect. Third, the concrete operational stage from 7 to 11 years old. This is where logical thinking begins to develop, but only for real, visible, and more concrete situations. Children can now understand concepts like conservation. Kanabitang idea that the amount of something stays the same even if its appearance changes. One example for that is, if you pour water from a short wide glass to a tall thin glass, they don't understand the same amount ra gihapon. Walay nadugang. And they can also classify objects, follow steps, solve problems as long as makita nila or ma-experience nila in real life. Lastly, the formal operational stage from 12 years old and above. This is the stage of abstract thinking, where teens can analyze ideas that are not directly seen or touched. They can think about the future, form hypotheses, and consider different possibilities. Example, teens can discuss topics like justice, freedom, or hypothetical situations. What would happen if? How can I solve this problem differently? In this stage, bitaw, ano sila mo solve mga complex problems nga no? Because they can reason in a more advanced and systematic way. Moong kani bitaw nga stage, mas critical na ilang thinking, mas reflective o mas analytical na sila sa ilang mga decisions. Pre-operational stage features. First, we have symbolic function. This is the ability to use symbols, drawings, or words to represent real objects. Sa kaning stage, ang mga bata makagamit na silang mga symbols para i-represent ang tinuod nga butang. Example, a child draws a picture of a dog and says, "This is my dog." Or sometimes, kanang magduwa silang hari-hari, gamit silang stick. Pretend gamot ilahang sword or ilahang pincing na ba. In this stage, mag-practice na bitaw nila ilang imagination, nga mag-present, nga kamao na sila mag-represent sa reality, pinaagi sa ilang mga drawing or kanang mga objects. Second, egocentrism. Children see the world only from their own perspective. Abi nila nga kung unsay lang makita mo si makita sa uban. Kung unsay lang nasabot mo si nasabtan sa uban. Ewan ana ba? Example, a child covers their eyes during hide and seek and thinks, if I can't see you, you can't see me. Isud pa bitaw sa ila sabton nga ang laing tao lahi ang perspective. Third, centration. Children focus only on one aspect of an object or event and tend to ignore others. Ang bata, kung makakita lang ganin sila usa ka detalye, they tend to forget sa uban pang mga detalye. Example ha, kung ang bata tagaan mo duha ka baso nga tubig, ang isa dako ang isa gamay, they may see nga ang katong dako nga baso has more water because they focus only on the height. Di pa sila kasabot nga ang volume sa tubig pareho ra. Fourth, irreversibility. Children have difficulty understanding that actions can be reversed or can be undone. Lisod pa para nila nga sabton nga mga nitabo pwede pa balikon o pwede pa ma-undo. Example, if you're watching a movie and then skip bitaw a movie, pwede mo hilak sila kay na-skip ang ilang gitanaw nga salida, not knowing nga pwede pa to siya ibalik. Animism. Children believe that inanimate objects have lifelike qualities. Abi nila ang mga butang nga wala kinabuhi na ay kinabuhi, maka-feel or makahuna-huna. Example, a child says, the toy is sad because it's alone. Or talks to their stuffed animals as if they are alive. Isud pa para nila sabton nga that object wala na siya kinabuhi. Di ba na ubang mga bata nga kung mukaon sila nagdalag stuffed toys tapos ipa-appeal sa nilang papakaon nilang stuffed toys not knowing nga that toy wala na sila life. Di na sila ka-feel, di na sila kahuna-huna, just like as humans. Ano ba? That's animism. Lastly, transductive reasoning. Children link events incorrectly, assuming one thing causes another without real logic. Ginakunik na bitaw nila silang huna-huna ang mga panghitabo bisan ug walay klarong rason. Example ha, a child says it's night time because mommy is home. It's not logical. The reason is not logical. Pero, ipakita nila that they are giving their best to try to understand the things that are happening around them. A feature of concrete operational stage. First, we have decentering. Decentering is the ability to consider multiple aspects of a situation. So, sa decentering stage, ang bata, wala na nag-focus sa usara ka butang. Makita ni nila ang laing-laing sides sa isa ka situation. It's not limited for one perspective only. Okay? Next, we have reversibility. Reversibility is understanding that actions can be undone. The child can now understands ang mga liyok pwede pa mabalik. For example, kung gibali nila ang isa ka step sa usa ka process, they know nga ang resulta pwede pa magsab. And third, we have conservation. Conservation is the realization that quantity remains the same despite changes in shape. Ang conservation kay pag-ila, bisan usbon ang shape sa usa ka object, pareho ra gyapon ang kantidad. Pananglitan ang tubig ibalhin gikan sa taas nga baso paingon sa lapad nga baso. And then they realize that the volume is still the same. The volume of water is still the same. Mao ra gyapon. And lastly, we have serration. Arranging items in order such as size or weight. Sa serration, kabalo na ang bata mo hanay, mo organize sa mga butang. Example ha, kung ang bata tagaan mo stick, and then you order them to arrange it from smallest to the biggest, or then kamao na sila. Yun na. The features of formal operational stage. First, we have hypothetical reasoning. Hypothetical reasoning is the ability to solve problems using what-ifs situation. So, sa hypothetical reasoning, ang adolescents kabalo na maghuna-una og mga possibilities. Wala lang siya nag-focus sa kung unsay present pero nagtanaw siya sa mga potential nga situations. For example, kung ikaw, magplano ka og usa ka event, then you would consider nga, hala, what if mag-ulan? Then dapat andam ka, dapat na nakay alternative nga plano. Second, we have analogical reasoning. Analogical reasoning is understanding relationship between different concepts Sa analogical reasoning, dali na bitaw para sa bata or sa adolescents sa pagkunik sa mga lain-laing idea. Pananglitan ha. Kung nasabtan niya ang similarity sa function sa heart o pump, mas masabtan sa niya ang function sa lungs ug filter. And then lastly, we have deductive reasoning. Deductive reasoning is applying general principles to specific situations. Ang deductive reasoning, mao ni paggamit sa mga general rules aron matubag ang specific na pangutana. Pananglitan, kung ikaw kabalo ka nga all mammals have lungs, ug nakita nimo ang dolphin kay a mammal, then you would understand nga ang dolphin na ay lungs. Piaget's educational implication. Number 1. Children explain reality differently at each stage. Each child understand the world based on their developmental stage. Dili pa sila parehas og level sa thinking. So a preschooler cannot reason like a high school student. And as a teacher, we should not expect young children to think like adults. Instead, we must understand how they see reality based on their stage. Next, learning occurs through active engagement. This is both assimilation and accommodation. Piaget believed that children learn best when they interact with objects, people, and experiences. Dili sila makatun kung magpaminaw ra. They need to explore, try, fail, and adjust. Assimilation means they fit new ideas into what they already know, while accommodation means they change their thinking when something new doesn't fit. And as a teacher, you should allow students to manipulate materials, experiments, and discover. You do not just listen. Next, activities must suit the learner's cognitive level. Children can only understand tasks that match their thinking stage. Kung lisod ra kayo or dili pa sila ready, dili gid nila masabtan. So as a teacher, the lessons should be appropriate. Something nga kaya sa ilang thinking, kaya nila masabtan. And lastly, we have use teaching methods that challenge and involve students actively. Learning is strongest when students participate, explore, question, and solve problems. Dapat ang bata dili passive. Dapat appeal sila sa proseso sa pagkaton. So as a teacher, we must use group activities, experiments, hands-on tasks, problem-solving challenges, and reporting or discussions. Now, we will move on to the cognitive development of infants and toddlers. In this part, I will explain in depth how babies begin to understand the world from simple reflexes to early problem solving. In this slide, Piaget observed 3 infants, Laurent, Lucien, and Jacqueline. They are children. To show how cognitive skills develop. For example, at 21 days old, Laurent finds his thumb only after several attempts. This shows that newborns rely on reflexes and trial and error. And as he grows, his movements become more coordinated. Makaingon ta diri nga, ang infants slowly learn to control their actions as their brain develops. Next, in Lucien's case, she kicks a doll and notices it moves. She repeats the action, which shows early understanding of cause and effect. Pero at first, dili pa niya makontrol ang visual ug motor skills. And at the same time, then this shows nga cognitive development improves gradually through constant interaction with objects. Another. At 11 months, Jacqueline experiments by kicking objects and observing what happens. This tells us that infants learn through exploration. Kaya at 1 year and 2 months, she shakes, drops, and rubs new objects. Curiosity guides her learning. And at 1 year and 8 months, she even plans her action like placing grass aside to the open door. And this shows the beginning of problem solving and simple reasoning. Makaingon ta nga toddlers start thinking before acting. The sensory motor stage is the first stage of cognitive development. It is from birth to 2 years old. In this stage, babies learn about the world by using their senses and their actions, starting from simple reflexes to more purposeful movements. Sensory motor stage has 6 substages. Number 1, simple reflexes. This substage is from birth to 6 weeks. And during this time, the baby's learning based on reflexes like sucking, grasping, and following objects with their eyes. Although reflex rani at first, later on, these reflexes become controlled actions, meaning ang reflex mahimo ng intentional movement, which shows an early sign of cognitive development. Substage number 2, primary circular reactions. This substage happens from 6 weeks to 4 months. Babies begin repeating actions that involve their own body. For example, accidentally moving their hand near their face and repeating the motion. This is called circular because they repeat it, and primary because it focuses on their body, and it shows they enjoy discovering what they can do. Stage number 3, secondary circular reactions. Okay, from 4 to 8 months, infants start focusing on objects outside their body. They repeat actions that may bring interesting results like kicking a mobile toy and seeing it move. Dili na to makita nga the baby becomes more aware of the environment. And they also start developing hand-eye coordination. Substage number 4, coordination of secondary reaction. This substage is from 8 to 12 months. This is where babies start to coordinate different actions to reach a goal. For example, they may move one object aside to reach another object behind it. They show intentionality, meaning nakaplan na ilang movement. Mas klaro na ang logic sa ilang actions. Substage number 5, tertiary circular reaction. This happened from 12 to 18 months. The child become a little scientist. They experiment and try new actions to see different results. For example, they might drop a spoon in different ways. Fast, slow, hard, soft. Just to observe what will happen. And this shows curiosity and exploration. Wala ganyan testing sila sa environment. Substage number 6, internalization of schemas. This substage happens from 18 to 24 months. The child can now think before acting. They start forming mental images or simple symbols. This is when toddlers show early creativity. For example, pretending a block is a phone. It marks the transition from pure physical actions to mental thinking. Meaning, dili na kinahanglan nga permi makita ang object para makasabot sila. In this slide, we see the 3 types of circular reactions. First, the primary circular reactions focus on child's own body, like sucking their thumb repeatedly. Kung makita kag mga newborn gani, no? Mag-suck sila sa ilang thumb para makatug. For secondary circular reactions, it involves objects around them, like shaking a rattle again and again because they like the sound. And tertiary circular reactions are more advanced, where the child experiments with different actions to see new results. And this shows increasing curiosity and intelligence. Murag, sige sila testing bitaw sa effects sa ilang actions mo na kung ang bata, imong inon nga ayaw kat-kat mo, kat-kat yun gihapon. Okay, they are exploring. They are testing kung unsa bay effects ilang actions nga gibuhat niya. Object permanence. Object permanence means the baby understands that an object still exists even if they cannot see it. Before, kining mga infants, they follow the rule nga, out of sight, out of mind. But when they gain object permanence, they start looking for hidden objects, and this is a major milestone. Kay, it shows bitaw nga na sila memory and understanding of the world. Kung sa Binisaya pa, bisan dili nila makita, kay balo sila nga naagihapon. Ako, I have a brother. Tapos, nakita ko siya nga nagdako si Bakay. 9 years, usa ko na manguran. So, hinana din. Ako ang klase sa ating asungugan. Akong kwaon iyang mga gamit, yung milk bottle, akong taguan niya, ako siya inunawala. And then, he would start to cry kay ingon lagi siya nga naagi daw, ako rin dong gitaguan sa ako ang likod, nana niya. Dito na ko na realize upon discussing this one that this is what they called object permanence. Bisan pag itaguan nimo ang ilang gamit or ilang toy or ilang milk bottle, makaibalo sila nga kanang naari gihapon to because of object permanence. They gain the object permanence. Criticism of Piaget. In this slide, we see some criticisms of Piaget's theory kay. Yun na siya, nadyo ikasturya ang uban. Imong silingan gani, nadyo ikasturya nimo. Okay, many researchers say Piaget underestimated babies because ang mga bago studies, it shows daw nga infants can remember and understand earlier than what Piaget's claimed. But despite those criticism, Piaget's theory is still foundational today. Meaning, bisag na corrections, his work is still very important in understanding children's thinking. Infants learn and remember. Mutuo ba mo nga ang bata, baby, pagid ha, makat-on na siya og makahinumdum? Well, kani nga slide explains nga o daw. Infants can learn and remember. Both classical conditioning and operant conditioning can happen even in babies. For example, they learn to expect milk when they hear a certain sound. Pero tungod kay natay gitawag nga infantile amnesia, meaning people usually cannot remember events before age 3 to 5. Mo ni siya ang rason why we don't remember being babies. Learning and remembering in infants. Infants can form simple reflexes like recognizing familiar faces, routines, and feelings of comfort. They may not remember details for a long time, but they develop memory through repeated interactions. And this explains why babies quickly learn familiar voices, songs, and people. Sa ato pa, dali sila makaremember, but dili bitaw long term. We'll look at the stages of language development from infancy to toddlerhood. Each stage shows how a child slowly moves from simple sounds to meaningful speech. So ako ni siyang i-explain one by one with clear examples para mas sayon sabton. First, we have cooing stage or from 2 to 3 months. At this stage, babies produce vowel-like sounds. Dili pa sila kabalo to form words, pero this is their first attempt at voice control. Di ba, kung hagwagwa ko ni mong bata, murasid silang mukod. Example, mana sila, ooh, ah. This shows of kanang early vocal experimentation. Mura pa sila nag-testing sa ilahang tingog. Next, we have bubbling stage, 6 months. This is where babies begin combining consonants and vowels. This stage is important kay babies kanang practicing na sila the sounds of kanang needed for real words later. Like ba ba ba, da da da, ma ma ma, and even deaf babies babble using hand motions, meaning language daw is natural and built in. Next, we have one word or holoplastic stage. This is 12 months. The child uses single words to represent whole ideas. Bisag isa ra ka word, na ano ba meaning or message behind it? For example, bata mo yun, milk, meaning I want milk. Mama, meaning I want mama to carry me. Up, meaning pick me up. One word equals whole sentence. This shows of growing understanding of communication. Next, we have two-word stage or from 18 to 24 months. This is where toddlers combine two words to express clearer ideas. Dili pa perfect ang grammar, pero understandable na. For example, maingon, more juice. Mama go. Baby sleep. This is the start of telegraphic speech. Short ra, but meaningful. And then we have sentence stage, from 2 years old and above. Children begin forming simple sentences, rong grammar pagamay, but the structure of thinking is already developing. For example, Daddy, go work. I want cookie. Mommy, pick me up. Sentences that shows toddlers are now thinking more complexly and can express needs, wants, and feelings. And by following all those stages, we can see that language development grows step by step, from simple sounds to meaningful words. Children slowly build their ability to communicate. Language Acquisition Device or LED. According to Chomsky, children are born with language acquisition device or LED. This is like a built-in ability to learn language naturally. It explains why children can learn language quickly even without formal teaching. Mura bitog gi-reprogram na sila daan by nature to learn how to talk. Ano siya ang LED? LED helps them absorb grammar, sounds, and a word easily. That is according to Chomsky. This slide shows that a 5-month-old babies already use the left side of their brain for language. They also babble more from the right side of their mouth, which shows that language is controlled by the brain very early. And this proves that language development starts sooner than we think. Bisan gamay pa kaayo sila, active nilang brain for communication. That is according to Laura Ann Petitu. Now, we will proceed to the summary of what infants and toddlers can do cognitively. And first, we have language development or receptive language. When we say receptive language, this is about what the child can understand even if they cannot speak yet. So by 0 to 6 months, it watches caregiver intently while speaking. This is where babies focus on faces and sounds to understand the language. And by 7 to 12 months, it already understands no and points to family members when asked. This is where they begin to comprehend simple words and recognize familiar people. By 13 to 18 months, it can now points to body parts when asked and follow simple one-step instruction. They can identify body parts and follow basic commands. By 19 to 24 months, it points to named objects and pictures. They understand more words and can identify objects and images. And second, we have language development or expressive language. Expressive language is about what the child can say or communicate. So, by 0 to 6 months, it makes cooing and babbling sounds, and it uses gestures to express needs. This is where babies begin to communicate through sounds and gestures. And by 7 to 12 months, it repeats sounds, say words like mama, papa, and uses animal or environmental sounds, example, meow and boom. This is where they start producing recognizable words and imitate sounds. And by 13 to 18 months, it speaks single words, say yes or no appropriately, and responds to simple questions. This is where they can speak single words and answer basic questions. And by 19 to 24 months, it uses pronouns and possessiveness, express wants through words, and tries to hold conversation. This is where their vocabulary grows, allowing them to express ownership and communicate in simple exchanges. Pre-reading and pre-mat or matching and sequencing. These are the early skills that prepare children for reading and math, such as recognizing, matching, and counting. And it usually starts at the age of 7 to 12 months. By 7 to 12 months, they can now match as identical objects. They can identify objects that are the same. And by 19 to 24 months, maka-identify na sila og identical objects and also mga pictures. And kamo na pud sila mo ihap og 1 to 5 with some errors. Okay? This is where they begin recognizing similarities and early counting skills. And next, we have the cognitive development for attention and activity level. This refers to how attentive, curious, and focused a child is during activities. And by 0 to 6 months, it looks steadily at new objects. This is where they observe new things with focused attention. And by 7 to 12 months, it examines toys with curiosity and show interest in pictures and books. They explore objects and show curiosity in visual stimuli. And by 13 to 18 months, it refocuses when distracted and resists interaction during play. They can regain focus and prepare uninterrupted play. And higher order mental abilities for concept formation. When we say concept formation, it is the ability to understand basic ideas and properties of objects or the environment. By 0 to 6 months, it explores by banging or mounting objects and look toward fallen objects. This is where they begin forming basic ideas about objects and their surroundings. By 7 to 12 months, it searches for hidden objects. They understand now the object permanence. And by 13 to 18 months, it recognizes hot versus cold and hands over objects when asked. This is where they learn simple properties and can follow giving commands. And by 19 to 24 months, it identifies taller, shorter, bigger, and nearer items. They can now compare sizes and distances. And higher order mental abilities for cause and effect. Cause and effect refers to understanding that one action produces a result. And by 0 to 6 months, it acts on object to get result. Example, shakes and rattles. Rattle. This is where they learn that action produces reactions. And by 7 to 12 months, it uses tools to reach desired objects. They understand how to use objects to achieve goals. And by 19 to 24 months, magsiya sila pangutana, understand daily and safety routines, and returns to things to proper places. This is where they begin understanding routine, reason behind actions, and organization. And now we have memory development. Memory development includes episodic memory or remembering events and semantic memory or remembering knowledge. In episodic memory, the 0 to 6 months old babies can already recognize familiar faces. This is kanang memory for specific experience begins to develop. And by 13 to 18 months, they can now recognize familiar places. They can remember events tied to that place. And by 19 to 24 months old babies recall places visited before. They remember the past experiences. And in semantic memory usually starts around 19 to 24 months old babies, where they can now hum familiar tones, remember gestures in songs. A memory for fixed concept or knowledge begins to develop. And lastly, we have higher order thinking skills. Higher order thinking involves logic, planning, organizing, and creativity. And these usually starts at 19 to 24 months old babies, where na sila logical reasoning. Begins following logical reasoning. Planning and organizing, plan simple, familiar activities. Creative thought, build with blocks, pretends object as symbol. In higher order thinking skills, it includes logic, planning, and creativity. This is where toddlers start solving small problems, planning what to do, and imagining pretend scenarios. Signs that their thinking is becoming more complex.